Hello and welcome to Sparkle and Spell Tarot. I do have a Sparkle and Spell witchy shop as well if you would like to visit that, which is sparkleandspell.etsy.com. I did film an intro that was supposed to be for the reading, which was going to be one long reading, but I wanted to give more time individually to each sign. So now I'm making another intro, but if you would like to watch the original one where I introduce myself, give kind of a life update, I will link that below, or you can find it on my page if you're on Instagram. My name is Paige, by the way. Never get tired of those jokes. But I am super excited to be reading for you guys today. If you want to support me, I have posted things like my Venmo and Cash App in the description of the video. And if not, and you're just here to enjoy the reading, then you are always welcome. I'm super excited to be reading for you guys today. I've been reading tarot for 15 years. I'm also certified, though I will say you don't need to be certified to read tarot. And you should definitely get yourself a deck if you are interested and this seems fun to you, or you feel like you're getting insight here. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please, or follow me if it's on a platform other than YouTube. And let us get started. Hello, my beautiful Aquarians. If you are Aquarius and you are single, this reading is for you for the first week of January, January 1st through the 7th. So I'm doing a past, present, future / clarifier type read here. And in the past, we have death, which means that you have already gone through some kind of ending. So this was a very final ending, a transformative ending, something that was necessary. You could have been grieving something for a while. But also there's like a sense of relief because this is in your past. So the worst is over. You know, you've gone through what you needed to go through, and you know, you may feel nostalgic sometimes, but you're moving forward. And now with justice in your present, you are having the self-reflection that you've needed through whatever happened in the past. You're seeing things how they are. You're finding truth and clarity, you know, cutting through to what needs to be seen about whatever the past was. Being honest with yourself and, you know, finding understanding and, you know, figuring out what you truly want instead of what you thought that you wanted. And then in the future, we have the Knight of Wands, which tells me that you have a little something that might be happening right now. There might be some kind of passion with someone or a new excitement with a new potential partner. You may have like found attraction to someone after everything, and you know, this could have dragged out for a long time, but now you're like, ooh, what's this? What are these feelings that I'm having? And maybe you're just starting to feel alive again. And that's not to say like, I mean, we don't know, this is just a week that I'm reading for, so that we don't know if this is like the one, but at least there's potential. There are things to consider, and you're starting to get out of this past negativity and move on to something that makes you feel good. And then with the Two of Wands here as a clarifier that was at the top of the deck, and to me that says that you are not just going to be jumping into something, you're going to be considering carefully, you know, does this new person make sense? Does this new person align with what I want? You know, you're not going to blindly just jump into something. You're going to take time to weigh out the options. You're going to spend time with that person. You're going to make sure that you're not repeating old patterns. You're going to make sure everything makes sense for what you truly want. And you're being smart. You're being smart about it. And that's very Aquarius of you. I have a lot of Aquarius in my life, and I feel like this is a very Aquarius coded reading. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome. So enjoy your first week of January and let me know how it goes. Let me know if you meet a little somebody. All right, Aquarius is in a couple. I'm already seeing some repeating themes here, which I see in some of the YouTube readings I listen to. Because we're a collective, right? So ultimately some energies do leak in and, you know, mirror each other. But this is a little different. You know, I've seen these in different ones, although it's funny that the clarifier is the same for Aquariuses in a couple and Aquariuses who are single, but we'll get there. So first we have Four of Pentacles, which we got for Capricorn in the career reading, but this is a little different in a couple reading. So for Four of Pentacles in the past for a couple, to me that says there were some guarded emotions, you know, not wanting to be vulnerable maybe, and that could be you or your partner. Maybe one partner prioritizing security and finances, or, you know, whatever security means to them over, you know, an emotional connection with you, or vice versa. So kind of, you know, self-protection. And it's not necessarily, it doesn't mean that the person doesn't care for you or that you don't care for them, but it's just, yeah, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of, you know, giving too much of yourself. And then, this card is so beautiful. The World. So in the World, we have some kind of completion here. So some kind of cycle has closed, and I don't know if it's this. I mean, I would assume, since it follows, that maybe there is a little bit more vulnerability, there's a little more openness, and we've completed this cycle of, oh, I'm not ready to open up to you, I'm not ready to give more. But you made it through something together. It could also mean you're feeling more whole when you're with each other. You feel complete with the other person. Overall, it's a really good card for the present, and I'm happy that you feel that way, or your partner does, or both. And I also, it could mean like maybe you're moving in together, maybe you're like taking some kind of step here. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. And then in the future, we have the Queen of Cups, which she is emotional. So we're definitely getting out of this, you know, this material, and we're getting more into the spiritual, emotional side of things. So maybe feeling more safe to open up, feeling more emotional intimacy with one another, expressing feelings. And I feel like you're not going to feel as though, or you or your partner, whoever has been struggling, isn't going to feel like you're losing yourself. You're not going to feel like you're losing your independence. And I know for Aquarius, that's really important because you guys are the aliens of the zodiac. And all of you like to, well, not all of you, but a lot of you like to say like, oh, well, I don't fit in with Aquarius. No, Aquariuses are all so different and so unique, but you all have this like something that makes you Aquarius. And you know, you can just put your finger on it. And then now we're gonna get to where you guys line up with the people who are single, because you both got this in like the clarifier card position. And this is about making some kind of choice or considering something, being like, okay, where are we going long term? What does this look like for us? Being practical about it, but you have to remember to be vulnerable, sit in those emotions, you know, share your emotions with each other, and that's going to make figuring this out a lot easier for you. And you have to figure out, like, are you aligned, and make smart decisions, but also open your heart, you know? So yeah, I mean, overall it's looking really good for the first week of January, and I wish you the best of luck. All right, and now I have some messages from either your partner or the universe, and we've got this top row for our single Aquariuses, and then we have the second row for the couples. So for our singles, they are waiting for you. So you might be taking your sweet time. Whoever you're interested in thinks that, you know, you may be taking a little while, but they're waiting, you know? And I don't know if that means they have someone else and they're choosing to wait for you, or if it's just, you know, they're being patient, but that is a good sign. And then 2 is, I still don't have all the answers. And I don't know if that's you or the other person, but somebody doesn't have the answers. 2 may be significant for you. I mean, a lot of Aquariuses are born in February, so that could just be, you know, talking about Aquarius. Maybe the other person is also an Aquarius. Excuse me. Maybe someone was born on the 2nd. Who knows? And then we have 1 wand, which to me is kind of like the Ace of Wands, which can be like the sexy cards. So I don't know if somebody's getting physical or something spicy. It could also be, you know, a new idea, but I don't know. I think that there's some spicy thoughts going on. And then for our couples, I have, if I asked you to stay, would you leave? So somebody may be afraid of being vulnerable, perhaps, afraid to ask these kinds of questions. 4 could be significant for you. You are right, and I don't know if that's from the universe or from your person, but the universe could be telling you that you're right in whatever, something that you're considering, or your person could be saying that you're right. Maybe you've been asking them to be more vulnerable. Maybe you've had an argument and they think you're right. And then last, we have seek professional advice. So perhaps that's, you know, coming here to this tarot reading with me. Maybe you're, you know, in therapy, thinking about seeking therapy. Perhaps you need to meditate and go within, or do a guided meditation, or I don't know, it could be couples counseling, it could be a lot of things, but whatever that means to you, perhaps you need to seek professional advice. For this section, I'm gonna be picking some zodiac signs that you could be dealing with this week. So first we have, you could be dealing with an Aries, and this could be for love, this could be at work, family, whatever makes sense to you, whoever's on your mind possibly. Or this could just be energies. We've got Leo, could also be sun, moon, or rising sign. We have Pisces. Oops. We've got Scorpio. And last but not least, Capricorn. I also picked some letters, you know, initials you could be dealing with. Maybe you'll see a word that is relevant to your life, but I've picked 10 letters here. So we've got N, B, oops, sorry, I'm at a weird angle here, L, I again, B again, A, E. I see Bible here. Someone could be religious. You could be encountering someone religious. X, and S. I'm seeing if I see any more words. Nibbles. Lax. Sex. But yeah. So I hope that made sense to someone. Now I have a spirit animal card for you guys. It is from the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And let us see. Hawk Spirit, page 98. I'm going to read straight from the book here. Let spirit be your guide. Flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain in the pond as well as the cloud, and doesn't miss anything. When hawk spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention to messages from spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences. Hawk Spirit asks you not to dismiss the signs that Spirit is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When Hawk Spirit appears, it's a sign to listen. Sorry, I'm just reading a little bit more here. Spirit loves you so much and doesn't want you to get hurt, but to align with Spirit's plan for your highest good. Follow the signs. And check with your motives when you're being selective with your hearing. Interesting. So look beyond yourself to Spirit. And pay attention to synchronicities, you know? Pay attention to numbers. If you're seeing 1111, 444, even like 161, these are all angel numbers. And, you know, you can easily Google what they mean. And if you're hearing a song over and over again, maybe take the time to really listen to the lyrics. This is for your first week in January, so pay attention to the synchronicities, pay attention to the animals you see, look up their symbolism, pay attention to your dreams. Alright, Aquarius, here is your career reading. So, it looks like things have been a little rough. The 9 of Wands tells me that you are exhausted, that you've been pushing through being utterly exhausted with something in your career. But then again, it's also about hope. It's about refusing to quit. You know, just buckling down and doing what you have to do to get through it. So there could be some challenges that you've been going through at work or with your business, and you know, you just kind of feel like every day you have to get through something else, just get through one more day. Yeah, but you're feeling tired. And then we have 5 of Cups, which, see the broken glass. That means that you're feeling disappointed, grieving something. You could be mourning maybe a job loss, could be mourning having to leave a job, or feeling let down by people that you work with, or who were supposed to help you and didn't. And you might be feeling a little lost right now in your career. And I'm sorry, that sounds shitty. I mean, sucky. Sorry, YouTube or internet. But you know, there are still cups standing, so I mean, all is not lost. Okay, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna push through this. You'll be all right, especially because we have the sun. The sun is the future, which is, you know, you're gonna have confidence in what you're doing. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna feel appreciated. You're gonna feel your joy start to return. And I don't know if that's because you're leaving whatever this is behind and starting something new, or if your circumstances are just gonna turn around. But it feels like you're finally getting to a place of relief in the future here. But right now, you may not be feeling that so much. But just know that if you keep going, if you have confidence in yourself, you're gonna make it. You'll be okay. And the Wheel of Fortune down here as your clarifier tells me that something's gonna change quickly. Something's gonna shift. Your fortune's gonna, you know, it's gonna turn. It's gonna be good. Whatever you've been stuck in is gonna move forward again. And this can also say that you may have some good luck. So if you are leaving something behind, you may get lucky with a new job. You may get a new opportunity. Or if you're sticking it out, like, things could just start turning around. You might start making more money. You may get a promotion. It's just something's gonna happen naturally. It's gonna happen soon. I mean, this is for the week of the 1st through the 7th, so you're gonna get some clarity by the end of the week. You're gonna feel like you know what direction you're heading in. So thank you, Aquarius, for being here, and I hope that helped. I hope you got some clarity, and you know, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you're not stuck in this 5 of Cups energy too long. And if you could like and share the video, I would really appreciate you. And if you want a tip, you know, for this reading, or if you want to donate and get a personal reading from me, the details will either be in the caption or the description below. And if you're not comfortable doing any of those payment methods, you can also go to sparkleandspell.etsy.com and you can order a personal reading from me there. So thanks for being here, and I hope you have a great first week of January.